Welcome back, still on Thursday's edition of your Top Flight television program, Morning Ride. It's time for papers this morning to see what a headline have for us this day. And we also have right here in the studio our analyst, Mr. Bonnie Akize. Good morning, sir. Good to have you.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Sister. Good morning.
Okay, so let's take the dailies. The first paper is the Nigerian Tribune. On the Nigerian Tribune, we have MAN, LCCI fault 26.75% interest rate. And the writer says it will further constrain manufacturing growth. We are concerned about implications on business and the economy. And that's credited to LCCI and MAN, M-A-N. Makinde sets 18-month timeline for upgrade of Ibadan Airport. And on Dangote Refinery, MAN shareholders warn against the marketing of local industries. More groups condemn planned nationwide protests. Right, you can grab a copy of the Nigerian Tribune for further stories.
All right, the Punch newspaper is next. And first on the headline, we have governors and ministers meet today to stop hunger protests. And this on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. And the writer to that story says, Reps ask federal government to embrace dialogue as Tinubu sues for peace. Abiodun Uzodinma Bauchi government condemns planned rally. Oba Benin urges patience. At the top there we have Mayhem as Fubara Wike supporters clash in Rivers. And by the side there we have Dangote, local refineries to end fuel importation. Okay, so the story of Dangote has been on board for a while right now. We'll talk about that much later. Here we have pilot hospitalized as plane crash kills 18 in Nepal. Down here we have residents groan over Lagos Air Force Base blackout. This and many more you can get on the Punch newspaper. So please do grab yourself a copy.
Alright, the Nation newspaper is next. The screaming story says no to planned protests similar to End SARS. Governors warn. The writer says, don't overheat the polity. Oba of Benin, give government more time. Most wanted Lagos drug baron nabbed after gun duel. Southeast Development Commission excites Ohaneze governors. Ibadan Airport upgrade for completion in 18 months. Trial of 300 terrorism suspects resumes. Sanwo-Olu seeks more investment in IT, healthcare, and transportation. Livestock Reforms Panel reports on farmer-herder conflicts ready in 2 weeks. Alright, that's all on the Nation newspaper.
The Daily Times is next, and first buzzing on the headline here we have planned protests. FG pleads for more time, says all issues will be restored in a way to ensure peace, stability. Now, NLC clarifies position on looming protest, says it's not part of organizers. At the top here, we have prioritized youth interests to advance migration governance. This is by IOM as it urges the federal government. By the side here, we have NG Cares. FG releases over 436 billion naira to 34 states, including the FCT. Okay, these are many more we can get on the Daily Times newspaper.
The Guardian newspaper is next. Tough times for poor Nigerians as food inflation worsens malnutrition. Okay, planned protests. SGF meets Tinubu's cabinet as APC holds emergency meeting. NDLEA nabs Lagos drug baron after years of evading arrest. Dangote refinery may accelerate closure of Europe's existing 19 refineries. Meta deletes 63,000 Facebook accounts over sextortion scams. NANS kicks as FG slashes allowances of scholars abroad. OPS faults fresh MPR hike foresees shutdown of more businesses. FG resumes mass trial of terrorism suspects. Complaints against corrupt public officials up by 29%. And now we have under the head the streaming story, 100 under 5 children die every hour, and that's on malnutrition. 100 under 5 children die every hour. 2 million suffer acute malnutrition. Nigeria loses $1.5 billion of its GDP to malnutrition yearly. UNICEF urges FG to introduce food subsidy and reduce taxes. And the FG stakeholders propose $60 million to tackle malnutrition. And that's all on the Guardian newspaper.
Okay, the Vanguard newspaper is next. Now, first here on the headline says, hardship, we will handle planned protests as a family matter. This is by the FG. Now, the top there we have terrorism. FG resumes mass trial of over 300 suspects. This is by ONSA. Again, hardship, stranded foreign scholars groan as FG slashes allowances. That must be hard for them. By the side here we have insecurity perpetrated by organized non-state actors. This is by Tinubu. Okay, these and many more you can see on the Vanguard newspaper, so please do grab yourself a copy.
Daily Independent is our next paper for review. Tax on forest gains will deter foreign investors, bankers warn. The writer says, ask Senate to intervene, say it amounts to double taxation, and it will reduce investment, decrease liquidity, and increase cost. Duty-free food imports will impoverish us, farmers tell FG. Says food importation risk destroying country's agriculture. Bring investments to Lagos, guarantee of returns assured. NLC asked FG states to listen to worries of Nigerians. LP says NLC has been paid to destroy party. Okay. Only constitutional amendments can address protesters' demand. And finally, Senate Chief Whip, Southern Borno indigenes protest sack of Ndume. Okay, Dangote refinery must not fail. Kwankwaso wants FG. Fubara Bags Independent Newspapers Governor of the Year 2023 Awards. Alright, that's congrats to him. Okay, our next paper.
Alright, the Daily Trust is next, and the last paper that we'll be having. So the Daily Trust, first on the headline here says, dialogue with protest organizers, opposition reps tells FG. Now, demonstration may compromise peace. This is by the government. Tinubu needs more time. This is by the Oba of Benin and the governors. At the top here, we have subscribers, telecoms disagree over data billing. Dangote Refinery, MAN, warns against the marketing local investments. And down here we have FG resumes trial over 300 terrorism suspects. Another story here says Borno leaders demand Ndume's reinstatement as Senate whip. Down we have pastor defiles 14-year-olds in Ondo. That's such a sad story, but to get more on that story, a detailed story, please do grab yourself a copy of the Daily Trust newspaper. Let's come back to the studio.
All right, so we have all the papers now being read out. It's time to look at them critically. Analyst Mr. Akeze is here. So, sir, let's go to the protest, the planned protest slated for August 1st. So many controversies are coming up concerning that protest, and more groups condemn planned nationwide protests. And even Wike has said that youth should give the federal government some time, to meet up their requests, their demands. So according to Chizzy, they have quite a number of demands, which is going to read out some of them, and then you throw more lights to it, what you think about the protest, what's your stand, if you think it is necessary at this point, or the youth should actually give the federal government some time to look into the matter and address the issue. So Chizzy, let's see some of the requests.
Okay, so some of the requests that we have here. Okay, we have a number of them, and as Liliver said, there are lots, but I will just reel out a few. Now, first one says fuel price reduction, revert petrol pump price to 100 naira per litre. Address insecurity, hunger, combat insecurity and hunger by closing all IDP camps and resettling the campers. Electoral reform, implement total electoral reform and conduct an independent probe into electoral project of 355 billion naira. Now release hashtag EndSARS detainees, immediate release of all EndSARS protesters still in detention. Now living wage, implement a living wage with a minimum of 300,000 naira. Now free education, compulsory free education from primary to secondary school and an education grant at the tertiary level. Then public school mandate, ensure that children of all public office holders attend public schools in the country. I think I like that one. Now support local products. The government must patronize made in Nigeria goods. Then on unicameral legislature, transition of unicameral legislation. Now the judiciary and constitutional reforms, implement thorough judicial and constitutional reforms. Now an additional demand to that says, we demand a new constitution, scrap the 1999 constitution and replace it with a people-made constitution through a sovereign national conference followed by a national referendum.
Okay, I think we're going to end it there because it's a whole lot.
It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. But I bet you've been able to grab a thing or two from that.
Also, Mr. Akeze, what's your take on it, especially the one they said all public holders should put their children in public schools?
Sorry, I like to read this last one. This last one says, judiciary overhaul. Shake up the judiciary to remove corrupt judges and officers, ensure real justice for citizens. Sure. There are a lot of them.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to approach it like this. I like to put my conversations in context.
Okay.
You say youths made a demand. Is there are we talking about the National Youth Council of Nigeria? That is the government recognized platform for Nigerian youth. Is this demand coming from the National Youth Council of Nigeria? I don't think so. No. You see, if you say Nigerian youth, which means this protest is being organized by a body known to the government. Because how did this document, this demand must have been contained.
Must have been drafted out by one person?
No, not one person, by a group.
Okay.
And it must have been issued to the media.
Yes.
So it emanated from a platform.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that platform is not populated by spirits. They are humans. So the government should be able to know them, and which means we should not be saying Nigeria. We should be saying such youth organization is planning a national protest. So we know that. But so if we want to take it, that is number one.
Okay.
Secondly, let us look at the demands. All of them may, of course, all of them will not carry the same weight in terms of when we start analyzing them, as in how all I call now the how you can rationalize them to the threshold of their reasonability, so to say. But let us be open-minded and look at the different the demands. The issue of pump price of petroleum. Yes, they are saying revert to 100 naira. Let us take it for a given that 100 naira is not may not be attainable, may not be possible because of cost of production and other cost indices. But that demand is coming from the backdrop of that the price of petroleum products, diesel, nobody's talking of kerosene again now. But there are still people in our communities, in the townships now, you may not, or those who have access to the media, you may not be talking about kerosene. But that is not to say there are no households, there are no individuals who still depend on kerosene as their cooking fuel. So what we're saying is generally, I want anybody to come out to say the greater majority of Nigerians are comfortable at the price, at the cost or the price of petroleum products. I'm sure that if you put it to vote, if you do listen, the overwhelming majority will win. The overwhelming majority we vote for the fact that it is outrageous, judging from the cost, the earning capacity of Nigerians. Okay.
But don't you think that if the price of fuel is reduced, a lot of things, in fact, life, don't you think life will become easier for Nigeria? Because now price of transportation is going to go down, price of food is going to go down, because the prices of food are also high because they include their transportation and everything, and so the price goes up automatically.
Yeah, they were saying the same thing. That's why I said if they put it to vote, do a referendum on I said referendum, do a public opinion poll on it. You will see that the greater percentage of Nigerians will vote for the fact that the price at this end is unbearable. Again, and of course the supply chain, the fuel, petrol, PMS, as we want to say, and diesel, they are the engines of distribution of goods.
Okay.
So automatically, transportation is a cost factor. Because when we talk about production, we are not talking of the only activities that happen in the factory.
Yes.
We are talking of all the processes that go through until the product, commodity gets to the final consumer. So the sales and marketing is part of this. Sales is driven by haulage. You have to move goods from one location to the other. Yes. So that is where the price of the petroleum products, especially diesel and the fuel, we account. So definitely, any time the cost of transportation goes up because of the cost of fueling has gone up, the people who pays for it are the consumers of household goods,
yes,
fast-moving consumer goods.
Yes.
So that there is no different economics about that.
Okay, so do you support the protests? If you do not support the protests, what other approach do you think can be used.
No, you see, the issue of protest should not come as a yes or no question. Whether I support the protest.
No, because you said.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Let me. No. So it's whether I support it or I don't support it. It is immaterial. Number one, because when we talk in such a way that what we're saying should have. If I do want to help, to put things in perspective, we want to have to make impact through our communication. Remember, this is a state broadcast. I mean, this is a public platform, and the essence of what we want to do is to further our society.
Yes.
Is to further our society, both the support and assist the government, and also support and enlighten the masses. Because when there is a synergy between the citizenry and the government,
yes,
and that's the state now, you will see peace and stability. You will see progress. You will see the nation, the state, the nation will flourish. And so there's always the need to strike this balance. It is to the interest, it is the uttermost interest of everybody that we have stability, that we have prosperity. Like the former government said, our state government said, prosperity for all the times. Because you know that when there is prosperity for greater majority, the nation is stable. It is to the benefit of everybody.
Yes.
So, people talk about, there are things we don't understand in Nigeria. In Nigeria, we would like to lump things together. Protest, demonstration, riot, they are not one and the same thing. They are not one and the same thing. Protest could be in different way. So when we are talking about, if you are talking, do you support riot? No, I will never support riot. I will not support riot, because riot is like wildfire.
Yes.
You only know how it starts. You never know
how it will end. Yes.
But if you say protest, I will ask you what type of protest. People can go on candlelight march on trying to express their disapproval or solidarity for everything. Remember also when you talk about, because you say whether I support protest, there is always solidarity rallies, protests that the injustice has been done to this person, the presenter of DBS, people come out and protest against it. You expect me not to support that kind of protest when it is against injustice? I will support that. But when people come, like say convicted criminals, or a group of criminals, or unknown terrorists will come out and say, yes, the banditry they are perpetrating is their own way of life, and everybody has the right to earn a living. Everybody has the right to. You expect me to support that kind of protest? No. So that's why I say it shouldn't come on the decision of yes and no. But if you are referring to what has been in the media, because myself, I've not been able to have a clean grasp of what they're talking about, because youth want to demonstrate, and now time groups want to demonstrate. I find it difficult to put it together, because I know that there is no one body coordinating all Nigerian youths.
Yes.
That we are going to, if you are saying a particular youth group, so we will know whom they are, what the identity, what they stand for, what what they are asking for, from what background. So that if it could be that a particular political party decide to use its own youth wing to do protest. You cannot give it that it is the whole Nigerian youth. You cannot go and generalize it that it's the whole Nigerian youth. But all said and done, there are protests that are recognized by the Constitution and by even international convention as a way of speaking out. And those protests does not recognize taking laws into your hand. Those protests, these rights that are not liberties of expression in the type of a protest does not recognize you are disrupting the peace and order of society. So there are different people can do protests by coming to address the press.
That's a peaceful protest.
People can do protests by coming to address the press,
Yeah.
do a rally, sing solidarity songs at a place, and the process they normally even call the police to come
That's a well-organized
and
protest.
to come and protect them.
Yes.
Are you saying we should not have that kind of protest in Nigeria? We had it in 2012. The people in government today at the national level, they were solidly behind it. So it is a way of advancing our democracy. What we should be talking that we should guide against. The state apparatus should be at stance. The state cohesive apparatus should be on standstill. That anybody who want to latch on the issue of protest to begin to carry out
Constitute nuisance.
Yes. That's the word. By destroying national assets, by wreaking havoc on this. It should be a no-no.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
so
the
governors now have come together and they want to do a meeting, to stop this protest, and they are saying to Nigerians, be patient with us. We were working on something, but Nigerians they've been waiting for a long time. Don't you think we need? And then Wike came out to say that the government was already rotting. We shouldn't expect a miracle. Don't you think we need a short-term plan? When Liliver was talking about the children dying of hunger, malnutrition. I quickly remembered when they said in January prices of food are going to go down. But there she is reading that a lot of persons are dying, and more people will die from now till January if nothing is done. Don't you think that this is the point where we actually need a short-time plan?
Okay, let me answer you like this. You see, yes, this process is now an issue of national discourse. So people will talk from different perspectives. And you are a communication person. It's natural. It's a part of the theory of communication. People speak from where they are. People speak from where they are. So and some people speaking from where they are, unfortunately, are not cautious. They speak in such a way that they even aggravate already hotting up situation.
Social media.
Yes. So people, but like, look, if you see look at how the SGF, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, look at how his own how he spoke to the public. We are all Nigerians, both those in government, those outside, those who are feeling hunger, who are feeling the hunger worse, those who are that we are going to approach this as one family. This is now a Nigeria family issue. That is more. It's not about threatening people. It's not about even saying things that could be staining even to the mentality of a moron. Because you are in government and you want to defend government all the time. You are in government today. You are not going to remain in government forever.
True.
Allow, like the governors say, the governors are meeting. Governors are subnational leaders. They are meeting to look at these things and come out with possible resolutions that they think will go to suit the temper of those who are angry.
It's just that people need a miracle.
As we are talking about it, nobody is asking for a miracle. As we are talking about it, I was just reading when you were calling out this thing, the Guardian is talking about food inflation. These things are real.
Yes.
These things are real. It has nothing got to do with opposition. And you remember that most of the policies that has affected, that drove things like out of control now, was simply taken by the federal government. They didn't support. They didn't. The governors who are here now, majority of them were governors elect as of that time. They were not consulted before they took the policies that now to spiral off the inflation and the price of fuel and everything. The subsidy is gone declaration was never done by the governors.
Yes.
The issue of the monetary and the fiscal and monetary policies, it was never done by the governors. But that notwithstanding, everybody, as always, of course, once you are found in position of leadership, your primary task is to fix problems and proffer solutions. And so that is what they are doing at their own end. So the issue is that everybody know that a hungry man is an angry man.
Yeah.
Any government all over the world will do something with fundamental policies of government. We always want to create that kind of level where certain basic needs of life are available, that many citizens, the majority of citizens, have access to those basic necessities of life. Because that is where you have the stability to even govern in the first place.
Okay.
So when majority are without food, when majority cannot access health services, when education, quality education
is lacking,
is that you have to be wealthy, you have to be born of wealthy parents for you to have
quality education.
I don't know how again you will interpret that society will hardly be stable.
But now, do you see
That type of society will always gravitate around moral regression and instability.
Mr. Bonny, do you see these protests actually come into play?
Coming to play as in how?
making a headway.
Is it going to take, because so many persons have, like Wiki has come out to say the protest shouldn't go on. Arewa youth have come out to say it shouldn't go on. But some persons are still fighting that it goes. But with all these pleads now, do you think they will
even Falana, that is usually Femi Falana, that is usually a big fan of the youth, has come out to say, I cannot join this protest because I don't know the origin.
Was it not what I said here?
I don't know the origin.
Was it not what I said here?
Yes.
So, but we don't. I don't need to know the origin.
Okay.
Because I must not belong everywhere. So, but the general thing is that there are Nigerians who want to go on protest, and what they are saying about protest is about hunger and about hardship, and even the media, even the government's own agency, the National Bureau of Statistics, is also reeling out information to show that it is not well.
Okay.
It is not well.
Right.
So the faith in there is that the government too is not, the people in government are not sleeping. They are rising up to it. So at the end of the day, like the political economists and we say, it is the unity of opposites, thesis and antithesis, that oil the wheel of progress. So by government, these people are agitating and government responding to the agitation, we will have a policy that will move us forward, the economy. Because if the only way you have people not having counter opinions is at the graveyard.
Okay.
Right. People will always have counter opinions. So when these counter opinions meet, and when they meet, when they interact, there's a synthesis, which is a new position.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll let you go because we have other guests that we need to talk. We need to talk about so many things right here. Thank you so much, Mr. Boniakeze.
Thank you.
Thank you. We
And,
appreciate
and we hope that the protest, they will soft pedal on that protest. It will not take place.
Yes.
I know Chizzy is actually hoping something else, but
I did not say anything.
I didn't say you said anything. I am hoping you are hoping.
I'm
that
hoping for the best. I
a
just want
miracle
to
will
see
happen,
light at
right?
the end of that tunnel.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So we'll go on a very quick break. When we come back, it will be time for our next sport. Stay with us.